Good evening, Dhamma friends. Today is going to be day 29, and it's going to be the sixth methodology by which you are going to overcome certain akusalas. So we are almost going to finish a sutta, which is not a very difficult one. This sutta, which is called Sabbasava, discusses about how to overcome certain asavas. Asava means another word for akusala. So we are going to discuss the sixth method. We have been discussing 5 methods before. So you can go back and see our notes on this blog. We have actually roughly discussed about these methods. Today's method is going to be the 6th method, and next week's one is going to be the last one. Let's understand the Pali word. Vinodana pahatabbasava. That means the 6th method that you are going to use to overcome akusala is vinodana. Vinodana means destroy. Are we supposed to destroy things in Buddhism? Destroy. Destroy, in Pali we call it in different ways, right? Kill other beings, destroy other beings. We don't normally go to that kind of extent. But at the same time, our understanding about panatipata is more practical. That means we are not walking with a broom. Some other beings, some other people at the time of the Buddha, they walk with a broom. So they sweep the floor and then they walk. Because they believe there are some tiny ants, creatures on the ground. Now suppose that this hole may have some tiny creatures which you cannot see. Would you like to grab a broom and then sweep the floor and then walk? Huh? I don't think that would make sense. But there may be some tiny creatures which you cannot see. So our way of not killing, not destroying, goes on a very practical way. It doesn't mean that we are going to kill. We can kill. We are not going to kill. We are not supposed to kill. But death is certain. The Buddha is not worried about the death. Right? Death is certain to all of us. But he is worried about killing. Killing is a place that where we need to stop, because you take other people's lives. And then you are creating akusalas for your mental states, right? So he's worried about that. We are definitely worried about it. So then how does the word destroying come in here? The Pali word vinodana means destroying. Now let me tell you something interesting in Pali. This Pali word, this is what you can see by vinodana. This is the state. Yeah. Vinoda. The verb stem is vi is a prefix and nud. Verb stem. Don't worry about this Pali. I just want to show you something interesting. Nud is to destroy. Vi means in particular, maybe particularly. So you are destroying in particular. This Pali word is mentioned when you say in Pali that I want to enjoy, have some fun. Like, say you want to have some fun, you want to have some free time. Let's say I'm going to go see a waterfall, I'm going to go to the mountain, I'm going to go for a hike. Then what you are doing, that you are destroying in particular, not other beings, just your boredom. Maybe your boredom, maybe your stress, whatever, those states. So that destroying relates to stress, I would say frustration, maybe any mental retardedness. So this is the Pali word Buddha uses here. Sometimes you have to practice vinodana. in order to overcome some akusalas. Right? The Pali idea is, if you speak in Pali, they say, vinodeti. That means I want to destroy my boredom. Everybody wants to destroy boredom. Nobody wants to be bored. Right? Nobody wants to be, I would say, stressed out. They have to find out certain wholesome ways to, destroy. Maybe you might use some civilized words, but the Pali word is destroy. We will see the Pali. Now you understand, you need vinodeti, that means to destroy what you call mental laziness, mental boredom, mental stress in the form of akusala. Kata mecha bhikkave asava vinodana pahatabba. How to do that? Ida bhikkave bhikkhu patisankha yoniso uppanna. Patisankha yoniso. Once again, what is patisankha? Patisankha yoniso. What do these two terms mean? Patisankha, as you can see here, this means the due consideration. This one is wise attention. That means in order for us to work with our akusala, we must have wise attention. I always say wise attention, wise attention. Even you see in my notes, I always put why these akusalas arise. It is because of, you can see, unwise attention leads to not destroying. That means in this case, not being able to destroy them. That means wise attention is the starting point to Noble Eightfold Path. Akusalas, Sila Samadhi Panya, all the things, starting point is wise attention. Because we normally pay unwise attention. Right? That's why we are making akusalas. Right? Can you tell me a little akusala somebody can make? Like a normal little akusala? Gossiping, huh? Gossiping. Is this akusala? Who cares, huh? Who cares, somebody gossip? But gossiping is an akusala. Right? It's not the chit chat. This means that you are wasting your time with unnecessary, trashy, rubbish conversations, So that will lead to lying, that will lead to hurting other people, that will lead to frivolous talk, that will lead to backbiting, slandering, talking behind the back. So gossiping leads to all the 4 bad speeches. Because when you don't have anything to talk, you will lie, you will talk behind the back, and you will hurt other people, and you will naturally fall into the frivolous talk. So now let's take this gossiping. Now when you gossip, why you gossip? Because you are not paying attention to the conditions at that point. That's why you will be gossiping. That means this is the issue. Wise attention. If you pay wise attention to the moment, situation, environment, you will never go to the akusalas. There are 10 akusalas. Huh? Okay. So now, even to practice all these 7 methods, you need wise attention. That's how you're going to understand it. Even to satipatthana, even to mindfulness. Now there are people who directly jump into mindfulness, thinking, Bhante, my meditation is not going well. I don't think that I'm going anywhere. I just sit down and meditate, but I don't feel there's no progress actually. No progress, because they haven't started from wise attention. It leads to all the reflections, meditation, mindfulness, all that. Okay, now suppose you have due consideration associated with wise attention. Now what are you going to do? Uppannang kama vitakkang. Now your kama vitakka has arisen. What is kama vitakka? Kama vitakka. What is it? Last weekend we had a discussion about karma at Kinrara Metta Buddhist Society. Actually, we've been discussing this in a group setting actually. Karma, because we're going to discuss about karma here. Now, what is vitakka? Vitakka. Huh? Vitakka means thought. You can say thought, but better to be translated to be idea. Kama idea. Now the kama idea has arisen in me at that point. Let's say somebody's kama idea has arisen in that person. But when the kama idea, when that person came up with kama idea, he or she does not nadi vaseti. He does not let it grow. He does not tolerate. Now when the kama vitakka, I think better we discuss kama first before going to these Pali words. Because these are the things that you are going to do. Nadi vaseti, 1. Pajahati, 2nd. Vinodeti, 3rd. Vyanti karoti, 4th. Anubhavangameti, 5th. These are the activities you are going to do for each thought. And there are 3 thoughts, 3 ideas. Kama vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihinsa vitakka. So let's identify what is kama. Interesting, right? We have to understand kama. A very harmless translation is kama is sensual desire. Right? Sensual desire. How many sensual desires do we have? Huh? Somebody say 5, somebody say 6. Then others might say not 7. Huh? Okay, can you tell me what are the sensual desires? Make it plural. Huh? Huh? 6. Okay. I'm carefully writing the numbers. Okay. The first one? Huh? What's the first sensual desire? Let's write in Pali. Rupa. Rupa kama. What is it? Huh? Translation? Sensual desire in regard to sight. Easier. Rupa kama. Let's understand this context. What are these things? Rupa kama. You like to see certain people, right? You want to see certain people. You want to see them. You want to keep memories, photos, right? You are making albums. You have a lot of sentimental memories about certain people. Sometimes they are gone already. Sometimes they are other places. So you have Rupa Kama. Can we live without Rupa Kama? Like in a blanket place? Unless we become Arahants. But Arahants enjoy more than us. If you look at some of the books like Theragatha, these books, Theragatha, it seems to us that they enjoy better than us. Let me tell you how. There's one Arahant says, let me write here, Devocha Vassati, in his own words, Devocha Gala Galayati. Now when I wrote this, somebody asked, Bhante, is that the gala? The dinner gala? I said, no, it's not that gala. This is something different. What is this Devo? This one Arahant looks at something. He watches something happening outside, his kuti. Then he makes this statement looking at that nature. What is this? Devo? Huh? Devo means Deva? Huh? Devo means rain. The word Deva has 2 meanings. One is real Deva, other one is rain. Have you heard this term? Pali Gatha. Devo vassatu khalena. What does it mean? Huh? Devo Vassatu Kalena. Means, may God rain us timely. Is it? Huh? No, gods don't give you the rain. May rain at the right time. That's the meaning. If you think the gods let you rain, that means that's a Hindu thought. At that time they thought every object is a deva. If those people live today, they might say TV also is a deva. But this whiteboard is also a deva. At that time in India, they thought every object may be a light deva. They might say like this. But here it means, let rain timely. Devo means rain. Here. Now this Arahant says, rain rains with a sound gala gala. Yeah, see how he looks at it. Have you ever thought that the rain rains with the sound gala gala? Gala gala is the way how he captured the sound of the rain, like how the water drops. How the water drops maybe onto a bowl, maybe something else. So it looks to us that they are enjoying more than us. Because we might say, this is rain, I don't like it. I just go inside. So they enjoy more than us. Then as you said, maybe Arahants don't have any Krupa Karma. But it might not be Lobha. What you call Lobha. But karma is there. But they have overcome karma in the sense how normal people experience that. But they still enjoy nature. Right? They still enjoy nature, although it will not fall onto the mainstream karma. That means enjoying the nature is not exclusively for the unenlightened folks. So to me, my understanding, they enjoy more than us in the proper way. Right? It's coming up. It's coming up. Okay? I had to go properly. Slowly we're going to go there. And you remember the lady called Patachara. Who is this lady? Patachara. Everybody knows about this story? This lady, Patachara? Patachara is a lady who lost all her family members. What happened to her? Well, one of her sons was taken by an eagle, a golden eagle, like a big one. So he took her one son. The other son was drowned in the water. So 2 sons were gone from her life. Then her husband was bitten by a snake, cobra, and he also passed away. And then when she, starts walking, she also gets to hear that her mother, father also died last night because of their house. Actually was caught in fire. They're all gone. Now she doesn't know whether she wear clothes because her whole world collapsed within a couple of days. Think about what if that happens to you. Everybody passed away within a couple of days. So it is said that she went to the temple, Jetavanarama, naked, and then everybody was saying, how come you come to this temple, being naked? People were trying to blame her. But Buddha never said any single word. She came closer to the Buddha. The only thing he said, sister, be mindful. Because he understands when somebody's whole life has collapsed, that person even does not think about wearing clothes. Right? Then she managed to understand and people threw certain clothes, and finally she became a nun. And now I'm going to talk about how she became an Arahant. And she makes this kind of a statement. I can't remember the Pali wording for that, but I can translate. So she became an Arahant by only looking at how water from a high place falls onto a lower place. Now, how many times we see this scenario in a waterfall, even from our house gutter, in other places, from tall buildings. But she became an arahant by looking at how water drops to a lower place. She's looking at how the water was beautiful here, but it drops over here. Anicca, the changes happen to the water. And then finally, we don't know where the water went, right? And it recycles back over there, right? She became an arahant. That means if you are eligible to become an arahant, even looking at how the water falls down is enough. Don't need to meditate, going to retreats. What a waste you are doing, huh? I mean, yes. So it is the wisdom that you can bring to certain situation. It is your wisdom how you can bring to certain small events. Otherwise you might think, oh, I have to be a Saddha-anusari, Dhamma-anusari, Sotapanna, Sakadaga, Anagami, Arhat, Pacceka Buddha, Sammasam. This high level, you know. But even a small phenomenon is enough if you are wise enough to understand. So going back, Rupa Kama, that means all the kamas, sensual desires with regard to the rupas. And then second one is Saddha Kama. Saddha Kama means sensual desire in regard to sound. How do we explain that? Sometimes you like some people's voice, sound, and you record them, you repeat the sound, you repeat those songs. Sometimes you cannot wake up without that sound. Some people bring Saddha Kama to chanting. Anything, any Saddha Kama can go to chanting also. Saddha Kama can even go to a Dhamma talk. Because all these things should be learned, understood without falling into certain kamas. But anyways, Saddha Kama. Then, third one is Rupa Saddha Gandha. Gandha means Gandha Kama. Sensual desire in regard to the smell. How is it? Aroma, perfume, right? Sometimes there are people who cannot live without certain aroma, right? And when the opposite happens, they hate. It's very smelly here. They hate it. So they bring hatred. They bring a lot of repulsive thoughts about it. Rupa, Saddha, Gandha. Then Rasa. Rasa means sensual desire with regard to the taste. This seems to be a very difficult karma to many people. When they had some different food, they cannot forget about the experience. So they bring this memory to all their, new food experiences, right? Sometimes there are people, they fall onto overeating, right? Overeating, what else? What are the problems with rasa kama sometimes? Overeating, then? What is it? Bloating, yeah, overeating that leads to bloating. What are the other issues with having so much rasa kama? Yes, that leads to sleepiness. Yeah, these are I would say consequences. I mean, how do certain people bring rasa kama to their life? No appetite? Not happy about, because they are comparing with the previous sanya perception about the food. So we've been to this particular restaurant, it was so good, but we don't find that taste in here, right? But then you lie to the servant, now how is the food? Delicious. But it's not. You are suffering inside, right? Because you don't want to be mean to them, right? So rasa kama is something where people sometimes struggle a lot. And then the fifth one, pottabba. Pottabba means sensual desire in regard to the touch. Touch is such a very interesting point. It's like a shopping spree. Huh? When you go to some shopping places, there are salespeople who are promoting. Sometimes they touch you. Come, there are good stuff inside the shop. And then I think it's a combo. Shopping experience is like a all karma combo, You see the stuff, items, you hear what they are talking, especially during this Chinese New Year time, for you, I guess. And then you smell some aromatic things. And this will happen after rasa. And you feel the touch, and they are trying to bring you, drag you down to the store, and then say, you can think about it. And then the last one is Dhamma Kama. Dhamma Kama means sensual desire in regard to the Dhamma. Yeah, thought. What is it? Do we have any karma towards our own thoughts? Yes, there are some people who wake up thinking that today I'm going to spend my day with this attitude, with this mentality. Sometimes early in the morning they hear something not nice. So they're going to say, today I'm not going to be calm down. I have to be angry. Because otherwise it's not good. Something happened in our household. I had to be angry. At least 4-5 hours. This should show my frustration. At least they will be better next day. Yeah? They justify their anger. Yeah, because they think I have to be so. Otherwise, it's not good. So, Dhamma Kama. Now you understand, Kama Vitakka, this Kama Vitakka is sixfold. So, when you have a Kama Vitakka, this is sixfold. In our understanding, lay people go through these 6 differently. Sangha members go through these 6 differently. So don't get confused with the two. You are lay people. So can you live without karmas? Can you live without these 6? You cannot. Tell me, how would you look at it? If you cannot live without them, how would you look at it? That means you need Rupa Kama, Saddha Kama, Gandha Kama, Rasa Kama, Pottabha Kama, Dhamma Kama. But then what is the thin line here between you and in your lay life? If you say you cannot live without karma, so how would you respond to karmas? How is the way that the Buddha asked you to practice karma? Because,
Don't let it grow to the
deeper. Deeper means where? How deep? How deep? You say deeper. Personalize. Actually, we enjoy karma by personalizing. I don't know. Otherwise, you can't enjoy. Yeah? This is my food, my person. I think personally, it happens all the time. Then, so how do we understand this karma, especially as a lay person? What are you supposed to do with these karmas? If you think anicca, then you won't enjoy. Right? If you think anicca in terms of these 6, you won't be able to enjoy. Yes. Can we properly understand this concept? Otherwise, we will struggle every day. I will show you something interesting. Where is it mentioned? This Pali phrase. Can somebody tell me, where do you find this Pali phrase? Don't go back, turn over pages. Where? Metta Sutta. What does it mean? Come to the womb? I don't see there is a womb here. No. No, I'm asking this particular Pali phrase. Do you chant the Metta Sutta every day? How many of you chant the Metta Sutta? You chant. Others? Yeah, we understand. Last verse. I'm asking this particular Pali frame, what does it mean? Dittincha anupagamma silava, dasanena sampanno, kamesu vinayagida. We only need that part. Huh? Kamesu, now save timing. Huh? Kamesu means these 6. Huh? These 6. They are the kamas. Rupakama, Saddakama, Gandhakama, Rasakama, Pottabhakama, Dhammakama. Now, Vinaya. Vinaya means having overcome. Having overcome. Gedham. Gedha means? What does Gedha mean? The Buddha says, having overcome the greed in regard to these 6 karmas. Now the translations go by having overcome all the karmas. See the problem with translation. Let me show you a translation. Now you will be surprised how these people translate. So the translations go by having overcome all the karmas. Is it possible? It's a wrong translation. Everywhere you go, you can see that. So it says that lay people have to overcome the greed in terms of these 6. Karma is okay for them, but not the greed. Now let's talk about how does a karma become a greed. It's an interesting one, right? How do our karmas take the form of greed? Let's talk about the rupa karma. That means any sensual desire about certain people, things. Can you separate out karma with its greed form? Or we can take rasa. That's an interesting one. How does rasa karma will become a greed? You want more. It's between need and want, isn't it? Need can become a want, isn't it? So we need. But if it becomes a want, a little complicated, right? That is a good place to understand. That means if you see karma on this side as a need and lobha is a want, that's a good way to look at it, right? What is a good example?
What about coffee? Can't live without coffee in the morning.
Yeah? Yes, morning coffee, yeah? What's wrong with that? You are addicted to coffee, is that what you're saying? Let's say you miss the coffee, are you okay to spend the day? Let's say somehow you cannot make that coffee. Maybe you are out of town. Maybe you don't have that particular brand of that coffee. Can you manage that moment? Then I think you are okay, you're good. Don't worry, you are here, you are here. Can manage. If you cannot manage, I think that is little concerning. Somebody takes some alcohol here. Let's take alcohol, a social drink. The Buddha says that you don't need. What is suramere? Let's understand that. Suramere. Huh? Huh? Intoxication. Intoxication means under the suramere, any food, any beverage. If you take any food, any beverage to the level where you cannot make a sound judgment about anything, that will become a suramere. Because if you think that I'm not taking alcohol, that is an utter lie. Because if you got a cough, then the doctor definitely will prescribe you a syrup, maybe a codeine-based syrup. Then the doctor says, don't take it during the day, right? You take it before you sleep. You'll be sleepy because the syrup starts working by putting you to sleep, right? So this is alcoholic, right? This is alcoholic, then you are then sleepy. So then that means, do we break this suramere? No. We are not breaking suramere because we know what we are doing. But there is someone who is alcoholic, addicted to alcohol, lobha. She doesn't know where is my level. He's never going to be sober, always drunk. That is lobha. If you want to be non-alcoholic, that is also good. But if you are somebody who has to socialize at different events, you will have it, but you know the limit. You are not going to be alcoholic. You are not addicted. Right? In the same way, all the food, even it might be a snack, right? How many snacks do we consume? The grab to eat one, right? You already have your lunch, but you see snacks around your table. So you're gonna grab, eat, right? Right? We consume a lot. So we are going to cut down on these unnecessary, on one side unhealthy, on the other side akusala. Because you are bringing those snacks to a want, right? Then in other ways, what are the other experiences about where karma will become a greed? Any examples? Your sensual desire will become a greed, right? Can you think about any experiences? Brands. You mean clothing? Huh? Branded clothes. Where do we put it? Touch. Touch is nice. Branded clothes. Is it lobha? Is it greed to look for a branded cloth? Is it? Huh? Sight, yeah. It's actually multi-connected one. Also smell, huh? Brands. You cannot eat them, right? Then the thought also. There are sometimes some karmas are multi-connected, you know. It's not individualistic. So as Buddhists, are we not supposed to like branded stuff? Huh? No, it's not enjoy. I mean, are we not supposed to like? I mean, if you can afford them. Huh? Nothing wrong with that. Yes, that is what, I mean, if you can afford them. But there is someone who cannot afford it, save all the money to buy this branded thing for many years. Huh? Yeah, should be okay. We never said bad about it. Yes, I'm saying that, is it okay? But the problem is, if you are too much on that thinking, I only use branded stuff, right? So you won't have that simplicity. That might create some greed and look down upon others who are using non-branded ones, right? What you call the borderline when you have to understand about karma and lobha is lobha. When your sensual desire becomes a lobha, that is not nice. Maybe you are not hurting other people. You are not hurting other people, but you are creating some akusalas with regard. I always say a small story. There was one monk passed away at the Buddha's time, and the Buddha said, do not cremate him. Then other monks asked, why? You see, now he will be reborn as a moth. He will come back to the robe. So if you cremate with the robe, the moth will be killed too. Because during his time, he very much liked his robe. And he passed away. So how many other people might like their own clothing, huh? Maybe their beds, their houses, their vehicles, and they die all of a sudden. They come back to protect that, come back to enjoy it. Sometimes as dogs, you know, at the Buddhist time, there was a dog called Todeye, you know. I think I shared that, huh? He came as a dog to protect the wealth. Sometimes you get a lot of help from other people, but you're never grateful to that person. Then you become an animal to protect his or her wealth in the next life. So be grateful. You will come back to that person in a different way. In one story, there was one man who was not grateful to his friends, one friend. So he became a donkey to protect his wealth. Yes. So he got all the help. He always denied, I don't have to be grateful to you, you know. I don't care. And he became a donkey to protect his wealth. Because the karma, they are following us. Because if somebody help you, you must give back. Otherwise, we will have to pay in the sansara in the proper way. So anyways, I think that's enough for this side, kama vitaka. Now, when, like if you are thinking about how to slow down akusalas. Now, I also want to add something. Lobha is one thing. There's another thing called infatuation. Infatuation. We call muccito. Muccito. This one, gatito. That means if as lay people, you can enjoy rupa kama, saddha kama, gandha kama, rasa kama, pottabba kama, dhamma kama. But don't bring your kamas to greed and infatuation. When you bring them to that level, you will go through some unpleasant experiences. But when it comes to the monastics, because this is for the monastics, either bhikkhave, bhikkhu, not for lay people, right? But lay people understand a certain version out of it. But this is meant for the monastics. Bhikkhu, we are a monk. We are a monk reflecting appropriately. So this is a higher version of your karma life, if you really want to think about it. So what is happening is that this particular person does not tolerate karma. When karma arises, he does not tolerate. She does not tolerate. Pajahati destroys. And then vinodeti abandons, and vinodeti once again here destroys. Bhyanti karoti dispels. Anabhavangameti wipes it out of existence. These are certain functions. I mean, what you are doing is you are going to overcome this karma vitaka. Actually, we are sometimes dying, burning from sensual desires. When the sensual desire arises in us, if you don't manage that, we are burning with that thing. So we have to know what to do. I mean, if we know what to do, that means we are going to bring yoniso manasikara. Understand what is happening to me now, right? We have to understand what's happening to me. Then only you will think, now I am burning with calm. So I have to understand the experience. I have to think about the opposite. But for lay people, they look at it different, because you have a lay life, you have a married life, and you have to be with other people. So you understand, you will come up with karma, but never bring to the lobha and infatuation. So you are good. Because even the sotapanna persons enjoys calm. Look at the story of Vishaka. Who is this? The chief benefactress, chief daika at the Buddha's time. She was a sotapanna at the age of 7. Then she dates a man. She fell in love as a sotapanna. And she marries the man as a sotapanna. She got children as a sotapanna. And she got grandchildren, 500 grandchildren as a sotapanna. Now there are people who are becoming monks who become sotapanna. Right? So there are lots of ways to look at this version. I mean, that means even Sakadagami person has some karma. So that means we have to bring a lot of wisdom to understand karma. If you understand the level of lobha and infatuation, then you are good. So Vishaka is one example. There are many other examples. We don't have lots of time to talk about all that. Then let's talk about the second thought. Karma is sensual desire. Then Vyapada. All right? Vyapada vitakta. Vyapada. You can say Vyapada or Vyapada. We normally say Vyapada. What is Vyapada? Huh? Ill will. Ill will. Huh? How do you explain this ill will? Ill will means wishing unhappiness, wishing suffering for other people. The opposite of metta, right? Are there people who wish other people's unhappiness? Are there people who curse on others? Why is it? Hatred. Sometimes it's easier to say, but practically It's not easy for people to lower ill will. How do we understand in a better way of this Vyapada? Destroying somebody, destroying a being. Destroying a being can happen from some primary version to the highest version. Maybe somebody can destroy someone by thinking. Nobody knows, right? I remember there was somebody a long time ago who went on to who was cheated, and she expected, may you be ever single. Interesting. This is Bhante, I curse, but I feel like that's not good because you cheated on me. But now understand, this is problematic. I said it's okay because you were so angry about what happened, right? The man is still single though. Yes. So she knew that it's not good, but it came naturally, because when people think about the pain, they don't know where things go, right? So thinking, I think people can kill other beings by thinking. And then maybe social media, can somebody destroy another person on social media, writing some untrue, false stuff, right? People do that, right? And then, what are the other ways of destroying a being? Other ways? Thinking, maybe wishing also, thinking and then wishing. Then, other ways? The final one is action, definitely, which we call as panatipata, which is the dangerous one. And then, before that, maybe strategizing, planning, right? Planning how to kill somebody, hiring hitman, right? Contract killers. All these come from, it's a kind of bunch of thinking, They don't do it, they ask people to do it, right? Sometimes they want to destroy someone, but they don't want to go there. They ask, can you do that for me? Right? So all these are ill will, Vyapada. So then the Buddha says, if Vyapada arises in somebody, the moment Vyapada arises, you should never tolerate that idea or thought. You should never tolerate, as you can see. You should, at the same time, you should abandon it, pajahati. You should vinod it, destroy it. You should dispel it. You should stop its existence, stop its presence. Right? That's what we understand by Vyapada. We can talk about this with regard to metta. Metta, such a beautiful state of mind, if we can cultivate all the time, right? Is it possible to cultivate metta all the time? Yes, till I don't see the person I don't like. You're good. You have a lot of metta, but once you see that person, some past memories pop up in your mind. Because we have given certain meanings to different people. This is a bad guy, a good guy, grateful guy, helpful guy. We have lots of sanya, perceptions about people, things. So metta is a very structured practice, so not a good time to talk all that. But we understand is how to practice metta. Think with metta, speak with metta, act with metta. Right? That's how the Buddha said. Where did the Buddha say that? Sigalovada Sutta. Mettaya kaya kammena, mettaya vachi kammena, mettaya mano kammena. Can we talk to someone with metta? How to do it? Can I know from somebody? If you can speak with metta, how to do it? How would you do that? Pleasant speech. Yeah, I mean, how to do it actually, how to talk to that person with metta. Gentle speech. Uh-huh. Now, what is the metta which the Buddha talks about? The Buddha talks about unlimited friendliness, unlimited. That means we should be able to talk to anybody with metta, unlimited. It cannot be a limited version, unlimited version. Some people's metta practice is a limited version. There's no premium, so it's limited, you know. You know what, I can practice metta, but not to that person. Because, so they have limited their practice. So it's unlimited. Why is it unlimited? Asambadang, avirang, asapatta. Asambadang, no boundaries, boundless, avirang, asapatta, no enemy at that point. Because Buddha always says that when you have to work with somebody who you don't like, think about even a small good thing that person did for you in the past. In case you find out that there is nothing he or she did to you, then think about a small good thing that he did or she did to somebody else. In case even you don't find any good thing of that person, then think about, may wisdom arise in you one day. May you be a good person one day. But don't try to change that person, then you will be targeted at that point, right? May wisdom arise in you. So it's a very interesting approach. You are not going to correct people, but you are going to change your way of thinking, right? Speak with metta, act with metta, think with metta. What are the other ways that we understand vyapada in our life? What is more dangerous? Is it vyapada or panatipata? Vyapada, because before you kill anybody, vyapada is the first thought that arises in your mind. So once you figure out I have vyapada, you know that definitely this will lead to panatipata at a certain point. How many people are saying to those people who are going to correctional centers, you know what, if I took 1 minute, I would have not done this bad thing. But I did not take time. I just did what came to my mind. That means the moment vyapada arises in their, whatever the activity, if they had taken 1 minute, probably 30 seconds, I would have not killed that person. I would have not done that bad thing. I'm very guilty about it. That means every time when akusala comes, don't try to react with that akusala. Take some time off, right? If you go to a shopping mall, as we discussed yesterday, if you think that you are so much attached, so much attracted by something in a shop, just go one more round in the shopping mall and come back. If it is not something that you must buy, if you still have it, go for another round. Good walk. If you got a bad email, take time to email back. Good, because if you reply back now, you feel like. If you get a bad WhatsApp message, take a couple of hours to respond. Respond, yeah. Yeah, no reactions, but because reactions are automatic, right? The primary areas of the brain, they are showing a lot of reactions, right? That's why we always think that we have to fix things, we have to change things, we have to make other people good. When it comes to practice, we are not doing anything. We are just natural and looking at what to do as a response. These words might not be correctly representing everything, but at least response is a good way to look at it. Then, so a lot of people, they make that statement, if I took some time. Every time you become angry, think about, what if I think twice about this state of mind? Should I be angry? What is the price of being angry? Right? Always think to yourself, what is happening within me? Is it good? Is this the best way to respond to that person? Right? So then you will revisit this vyapada. Any examples from the Buddha's life, vyapada? Any thoughts? Any stories? There are a lot of stories how Buddha dealt with certain individuals who were angry at him. He was very peaceful, he was very silent, and then he was talking to those people in a good way. Right? All right, Vyapada. The last one is what you call, as you can see here, Vihimsa. Vihimsa. Now the bullies are coming out. Bullies. Vihimsa means the Pali word. It is also a thought. As you can see here. Vihimsa. Vihimsa means? What does Vihimsa means? Cruelty. I would say harassing or bullying. Vihimsa. Now they call the ahimsa was a concept made by Gandhi, but I think this is Gandhi lived in like couple centuries before. But Vihimsa, this was a concept made by Hindu people before, but the Buddha actually made it to a very different level. When a Vihimsa thought, when you come up with a thought, I need to bully somebody, I need to pick on this person, always think about I should not do it because I harass other people. What are the ways that people harass other people?
Body shaming.
Body shaming. Interesting. Body shaming. Yeah. That means people, they interpret others in the form of their body. Right? Can we do that as Buddhists? No. Other ways of harassing others? Racism, discrimination. Discrimination. Right? What are the other ways of harassing others? Bullying. This is a big concept nowadays. People bully others. Others don't know, but there is bullying happening. You know. What are the other ways of harassing others?
Sexual.
Yeah, sexual harassment, definitely. We'll put it like here. And then? Calling names. Okay, calling names. Calling names. Then? Other forms of harassing others? What's that? Scam or scammers. Yeah, they are actually harassing, Scammers. Scammers. But it's a job, right? It's a big job nowadays. Scamming others. And then? Stalking. Yeah, there are people stalking us, It's really dangerous. They are stalking us. Where we go, what we do. Right? They are tracking us. Everything. Then, what are the other forms of harassing other people? Because these are coming up with Vihimsa thought. So we have to look at it.
Humiliation.
Humiliation. Humiliation. Humiliation. Other examples?
Loan sharks. Loan sharks. Trying to get back the loan from somebody and what the sharks.
Loan checks.
Yeah, loan sharks.
Okay.
They throw things at the house every day. They harass you.
Okay.
Harass your family members.
Okay.
That's another level of.
How do you call it? Can you spell for me?
Loan sharks disturbance. Loan sharks.
L? Yeah, loan what?
Sharks.
Sharks. Oh. not the physical guys. Little worldly for me. Okay, loan sharks. And then the list will keep going. Yeah, whatever kind of vihimsa arises, we have to look at all these people. If you look at these individuals, why they are doing, what do you think why they are doing as such? This might be a job, scamming, but body shaming, what do you think, what is happening behind someone who's going to body shame somebody? Jealousy is one of the things.
Because when you see something that you do not like or not in line with you, you will have the perception that it's bad. And body shame, especially body.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue with body shaming is lack of respect. Like, this is something that we should teach our young ones from the beginning, like lack of respect and gratitude, because actually nowadays even you see it, but a lot of young people, they understand this. I mean, even in the Western countries, they don't actually body shame. They understand it, but still this happens because when people don't respect, when people don't understand the value of somebody's life, they may easily go to this thing. And then racism, discrimination, yeah, these are very interesting things that people might do in different places. And bullying, calling names. How does this happen? It happens because when somebody does not stop vyapada, ill will, right? If you stop ill will, that person will know. Actually, vihimsa comes from vyapada. To destroy, to hurt someone, this thought will lead to vihimsa, right? This vyapada sometimes can come from karma too, right? Because you like something, it is not happening, so then you are angry about it, and that anger will be expressed through vihimsa. They are interconnected because of the issues with karma, people go to vyapada, and to show that vyapada, they will display that through vihimsa. So they are interconnected. That means if you stop karma from not falling on to greed and infatuation, you are good. But it will go to this, will come down to this one. Alright, so whenever karma vitakka, vyapada vitakka, vihimsa vitakka arises, you are not going to tolerate it. You are going to understand these states of mind and going to work at the time when that arises. You do the spot checking at the time and then work with them at that time. If you don't properly work with them, then what will happen? Over time, this will become a big issue in your spiritual, emotional life, and you will be taken away by those unnecessary thoughts. All right, any questions?
How do you not tolerate when this akusala is so strong?
Wise attention.
On wise attention, how do you
when
like
wise
this?
attention is being used by you, then you will not go to these areas. You will not have any of these thoughts. Wise attention blocks all that.
In terms of wise attention, how is the technique being applied?
Yeah, wise attention means that you trace that particular experience down to its origin. Now, without understanding why these aspects, it could be vihimsa, it could be vyapada, karma, come from, because you do a particular search about why they are arising in me, then you will stop everything in its origin, at the place of its origin. But let's say these things are happening all the time, then you're not going to tolerate those, akusala thoughts. So wise attention is the best method to stop them at the time, in time. Because most of these are subjective, right? These are subjective akusalas. So subjective akusalas means they arise when we do not pay enough wise attention to those experiences.
Is that
Alright.
they say that the wise attention is coming from the practice of vipassana meditation?
No.
That's right.
Vipassana meditation is a Burmese meditation. It was actually, it was made by these Burmese Sayadaw and all these monks. It is a different thing. You should study the textual meditation. Don't follow these, styles. There are no meditation styles in the sutta. There's only one meditation, Samma Sati. Samma Sati means Satipatthanas. So you have to consult a teacher, good teacher. The good teacher will understand your nature, then will prescribe a certain Satipatthana practice. By the 18th, 19th century, they broke meditation into different styles, Samatha, Vipassana. You don't see Samatha Vipassana in the sutta text, early Buddhist text. Buddha never attributes his Samma Sati into Samatha and Vipassana meditations. They were, I would say, sort of reinvented in a different way by 18th, 19th century traditions in some countries.
Okay, so it's something new that I learned today. So in the other sense, what are the type of meditation that Reverend Bhante will practice or teach?
Something new, right?
Yeah.
That's the price of coming to a sutta study.
Yeah.
Not going to somebody's stylic meditation.
Yeah. So
Because we are going to study what the Buddha said, not what I say, not what the monk said. So we have to study from the sutta text. Now this is a very original sutta, Sabbasava. And we studied Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta before. We haven't done Satipatthana Sutta. One day we will be doing that. It's a long one. So this way we are studying what the Buddha exactly said. And then, as I said, it is wise attention which leads to Samma Sati, Samma Ditti, Samma Sankappa, Samma Vacha, so and so forth. Right?
Okay.
Good.
All right. Thank you.
Talking about ill will. When the person has ill will, I mean ignorantly, not knowing, my question is, to what extent is that degree of karma that has been created?
What is the degree of karma when it comes to ill will?
Yeah, when the person...
Lot of bad karma. Because thoughts of killing somebody, thoughts of destroying somebody, lots of bad karma will be accumulated.
But
depending on how long that person carries that akusala thought.
Okay.
Yes.
And how bad and how strong or how deep will
It depends on how much anger that person is developing, how much anger, how much curse, how much ill will nature that person is carrying.
Okay.
Some people will have a flashback of anger, it will go away.
Yeah,
but some people cannot let it go. It goes down to the whole day,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what happens now when a person realizes and so-called repent? Does it help to erase off or wash off that?
You mean if that person understands that I have ill will, I have to turn it to goodwill or metta? Yeah, that's a very good transformation. That is what should be happen.
Okay.
Yeah. But up until that moment, there are akusalas that are being accumulated.
Okay. So
accumulated.
There's a way to so-called dissolve it off by practicing the metta.
Yeah, later on. Yes.
Okay. Right. Because you mentioned the brother asked the question of what practice, what way, and that conversation actually reminded me of some of the things I was doing and I actually forgotten about it and I've not been doing it, so I'm going to do it again. I don't know whether it's the right thing to do. What I used to do is when, let's say, anger arises, I will just look at it, treat it as a friend. Hi, thanks for coming. I'll see you another day. And I used to do that. And now I've forgotten that practice. I don't know, is that a good way of practicing?
I don't know whether you can say hi to anger. But definitely taking time is good. You know, just taking time to respond is good, you know. Yeah, because time heals. Time heals us in many ways. I think when a bad emotion, it might be anger, might be jealousy. If you give more time to understand, it will be good. That's something you can do. Yeah. Let's say you are angry, you go for a walk. Let's say you are so angry with somebody in the household, you go for a walk. When you come back,
take
I
a
think
drive.
things should be a little calm down, you know. This happens during the COVID time. Even the husband and wife, they were not supposed to stay at home. Now they spend a vast amount of time looking at each other. So they were angry. You know, you're not supposed to be here in the household. You go to work, right? So there were difficult moments. I think some couples' marriages were pre-ended. Right? They were supposed to last for some time, but they were pre-ended because they spent a lot of time together. So I think taking time is good. I mean, that's a different example. Taking some time off is very good, so you heal back, and then you understand the problem more and more. Yeah. So the overall methodology, as you ask, is wise attention. That is the outright method we are going to implement. In addition to wise attention, we have 7 methods that we are doing along with wise attention. Now today we discuss about sometimes we have to destroy karma thoughts, we have to destroy vyapada thoughts, we have to destroy vihinsa thoughts at times.
So would I be right to understand or say that, so it has a lot to do with mindfulness in that sense?
Mindfulness cannot be arisen without wise attention. Actually, the Pali word is sati. Sati cannot arise without wise attention. Wise attention is the starting point of the Buddhist practice. It's like dana. All the paramitas start with dana. All many practices in Buddhism start with dana. In the same way, your akusala, elimination of akusala process starts from wise attention. Once you have wise attention, you are good. So every time you do akusala, you have unwise attention. Ayoniso manasikara. That's why you have done it. That's why you are doing it. Because whenever we are coming up with an akusala thought, there is a certain lapse of time that we could have paid some attention to, which we do not. So because of our ayoniso manasikara, unwise attention, we are getting caught up with that particular akusala. Let's say now you see someone you don't like. Actually, Buddha says to us, do not avoid anybody unless it is a very specific moment. Do not bring any past memories to that thing. You should be able to say hi and bye. But at the same time, in case you are coming up with a akusala, you should respond to that in time. If you cannot walk away, if you cannot leave that place, you should do something, right? It's like sometimes you know you are going to faint, right? If you feel you are going to faint, you might lie down in time, otherwise you will fall, right? If you feel dizzy, you know that what you have to do. In the same way, if you feel that you are getting angry, immediately you're going to look at, why am I getting angry? That is wise attention. If you cannot do that, you are caught up with unwise attention. Otherwise, do we have time to do a very big analysis? This person did that, this is not vipassana, this is samatha. Do we have lots of time to think about all these things? We don't have. So, ayoniso manasikara, wise attention, is the starting point to everything. Reflection, sati practice, sampajanya, satipatthana, and all that. All right, any other questions?
Bhante, before we can practice wise attention, didn't that we need to do a affirmation, daily affirmation that we aspire, because we want to aspire, we have to have a goal, a wholesome goal that we want to reach Sotapanna or the wholesome level. Then we will do a daily affirmation in the morning that we must No?
Affirmation means that we need to be surrounded by kalyana mittas. There are certain minimum requirements to spend a good life. As Buddha says, we need to have a life that helps us to practice yoniso manasikara. It's a good question actually. Now, such as listening to some Dhamma talks, we need to be in a Dhamma culture in more or less. And kalyana mittas, when you are with kalyana mittas, a lot of akusalas will be sort of impeded. And being able to, then yoniso manasikara. Yeah, so daily affirmations are good. Like even your Chinese New Year, you have to be new. You might spend money, but new ideas really help you to understand things a little differently, right? So yes, ever since you wake up in the morning, today I want to be inspired. Today I need to be encouraged. Today I want to be motivated. Today I need to have an affirmation. Then you will see in the phone, people sending you, good morning. May you be well and happy. This is a good affirmation, but sometimes when you get 10, 15 messages, you feel like, how to respond to these people? Some people get mad, right? But definitely it's good to start with a certain individualistic affirmation, if you can make it. But a realistic affirmation, sometimes people's affirmations are not realistic, not practical.
Because human are...
By the end of the day, may I attain Nibbana? I mean, it won't happen, right? Yes.
Because we human, we are goal-oriented species.
We are goal-oriented.
So we must always remind ourselves the goal, and our goal must be, directed to a wholesome
Nibbana,
aspiration.
Yeah, our spiritual practice might not be a goal, because goal comes with certain expectation. This could be our purpose in our life, our purpose. So we don't need to approach it in one day. So I always say we do small projects, small projects, small good things. Eventually we are approaching there one day, maybe next life, maybe this life, we never know, right? Otherwise, every day, yes, worldly speaking, I mean secular wise speaking, you may have secular goals. Today I'm going to do couple projects. Today I'm going to clear my backlog. Today I'm going to see 10 patients. Today I'm going to do this and that. But in order to practice our spiritual life as such, I think we don't need to think it so seriously. Once you think it seriously, you will be perfectionist minded. You will feel that you are so stressed out also with these all Dhamma things. Take it easy. Small things need to be done. Slowly you are making your progress. But affirmation is good. That's a good idea. Yeah. And you, yeah.
Is getting angry an akusala by itself? And will that create karma? Or it only the karma will start, you get angry, then you react to it, you start have the negative thought, you start planning to have the ill will. When would that stop? Because if you're getting angry also is like a natural reaction to that situation. Is that an akusala by itself?
No, anger is not akusala. But the way how you handle the anger will be an akusala. Anger means dislike. Initially it's a dislike. I think I already shared with you about 3 angry people, right? In the retreat. Some people's anger is like writing something on a rock. That means their anger stays longer. Some people's anger is like writing something on sand. That means it will take some time, maybe a very short time go. That means their anger will not last long. They know I'm angry, so in the next moment they are okay. Some people's anger is like drawing something in the water. It will be disappearing. So I think anger is not the problem. But if you can lower anger, that is good. But if you know that you are angry, that is the best thing. Then you are doing everything to manage that level. So yeah.
So getting angry also is something unskillful.
But
it's a natural. I mean,
if you cannot handle anger, then you are unskillful. Anger is natural, but if you cannot handle anger, then you are unskillful. Right? Anger is natural. Karma also natural. Sometimes we don't do anything, but because we experience, karma is coming naturally. But the way we handle karma, the response that we are going to do the karma, will make us unskillful sometimes. Okay, I'm wishing you a good night, wishing you a happy Chinese New Year. Yes, yes.